Hello everyone, and here the little Frenchie in Big Texas. Welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk to you about energy prices. And when I say energy prices, I'm talking about electricity and natural gas and how these prices have evolved over the last year and a half. And I'm taking this house here as an example. So I'm in the greater Houston area, suburban house. We are linked to the electrical grid and to the gas grid as well. And my electrical contract, I had one for 20 months, just comes into expiration mid-June. So I started looking. And what I saw just, kind of scared me in terms of price jump. And same for natural gas. I received a letter from CenterPoint about a year ago advising that prices were going to increase. So where do we stand a year later about natural gas prices? I'll share with you my experience on both. And please put in the comments below how it is in your area. What do you see, how much you pay, and what increase you got in the last year and a half as well. So, but here, let's start with electricity. So Texas is a deregulated market, which is a great thing. You get competition and you get to choose your electrical company. Up to a point. So here I am currently with Direct Energy. So it's a UK-based holding, I believe. And I had a pretty decent contract 20 months ago. I think I signed it September, October 2020 at 8.6 cents per kilowatt hour. So it comes into expiration in a month. I started looking, and to look here, you have a great tool on the internet. It's called Power to Choose, a website that pretty much compares all the electrical provider and the offers. And it's first asking you about your zip code, your consumption average, if it's 500, 1,000, 2,000 kilowatt hour. It's going to ask you whether you want a fixed or variable rate and how long you want your contract for, 12, 24, or 36 months. So I put all this together. I prefer a fixed rate because in Texas you have some peaks. I mean, the summer usually you have a very high consumption and prices go up with the air conditioning. We had the hard freeze in February 21 where it just got insane in terms of electrical prices, and some companies got bankrupt. So I feel a bit safer with the fixed rate. I chose fixed rate. I chose 2,000 kilowatt hour. And I got a 36 months quote. And this is what I got. The cheapest rate was 12.7 cents per kilowatt hour compared to 8.6 I have now. And that's the cheapest one, 12.7, with a company I've never heard of. And that is roughly a 50% price increase if you look at the numbers. 50%. Then I checked with my provider because they actually sent me an email. Well, they're saying it's not them. It was a scam. But they did because it looks very genuine. I'm used to scam emails and that doesn't look like one. Same email address coming from as my invoices. I mean, they sent me an offer to renew at 12.9 cents, which they refuse to honor now because their website, the cheapest one they have is 14.9. 14.9 cents per kilowatt hour, while my contract right now is at 8.6. So that's 73% price increase staying with my energy provider. I might get a tiny bit cheaper, I think, if I negotiate. That's possible. They might decrease it to 13 something, 13.9 he mentioned. If I were to decide right now on the phone, I was like, well, right now on the phone, you don't want to honor your email. So I'm not sure I want to decide right now on the phone. But it's, when you look at the number, between 50 to 70% price increase roughly on electricity in 18 months. That's the numbers. Now let's look at natural gas. Because the house here, when you look at it, a lot runs on electricity. I mean, a lot of appliances, but we have some, like the stove is gas. The dryer is gas. If you want to heat up the pool, it's gas. So we have quite a bit working on natural gas, which actually saved us when we had the hard freeze and we were cut from the electrical grid. We still had the stove and we had a bit going in the house just because of the gas. So we received an email a year ago from CenterPoint advising that they were going to increase prices because of global price increase on natural gas. Not their fault. Not their fault, huh? But global price increase. So where do we stand now? So I went back into my invoices, comparing March 21 to March 22. And when you look at the invoices for gas, it's actually not that easy to see because it's divided by lines and they have different costs. One is called a storage charge, then you have a base amount, and then you have the gas cost adjustment. Pretty complex, if you want to understand and follow the price increases here. You just see the total and you're like, wow, this is more than what I used to pay. But where is it coming from? So you have to look at the weight of each line. The first line, storage charge, is a very small weight, 0.3%. It's almost nothing. But when you compare 21 with 22, plus 50% on that one, 50. But given the weight is very small, it doesn't matter too much on your final number on the invoice. So base amount next. That one weighs for about 9%. So it has a bit of weight. And it did not increase. 0%, same amount in 1 year. Good. Now let's look at the last line, which if you do your math is the one that really matters, 91% weight. So that's the bulk of the invoice. And that one increased by 43% over 1 year, 43%. So if you put it all together, given the weight, it's roughly a 40% price increase on the invoice. So natural gas, 40%, and then electrical between 50 and 70%. That's quite a jump for a family that, especially if you live paycheck to paycheck, I mean, it's a significant jump on your energy bill to run the house. I mean, you can try cutting a bit on the air conditioning, the heat, but maybe don't use the dishwasher and wash by hand, but it's very significant, very significant. Energy is becoming almost a luxury, almost a luxury. And I'm not sure we've seen the end of the rise. That's the thing. Because when you look at fuel, it keeps going up. Don't let me get there because it's plus 100% pretty much this one in 2 years. I used to pay $2 a gallon and now it's $4. So very easy math here, 100%. So just wanted to share the experience here. As I said, this is Texas, deregulated market. So it might be different depending on where you are. I would really appreciate if you could put your input in the comments below, share your experience, where you at, the kind of electric or natural gas market and how prices have done in the last year and a half. Not sure there's a better place to live in the US, but this is Texas and that's what we have, Houston area. So guys, as I always say, be safe and be prepared. This is not looking too good. Thank you all for watching. And here's a bit more information about the definition, the jargon used by CenterPoint. As you can see, CCF is a cubic feet of gas, pretty much what you use. The customer charge and base amount is the fixed cost. And the gas cost adjustment is the price they pay for the gas they deliver to us. Then you have the storage inventory charge that we mentioned earlier. And then a few franchise fee, gross tax. You also have some surcharge on the bill. It adds up pretty much. It adds up. But the bulk of it is, yes, is the raw material, meaning the natural gas you use pretty much. And that is my February 2022 usage of 251 cubic feet of gas. And as you can see on the cost, the bulk of it is on the last line, pretty much the gas usage.